Your vision is yours for a reason. Trust it. It's the doorway to your life purpose. I'm sharing something so exciting. Here's what arrived today. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's like 14 booklets in here. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek about Trust Intuition. I'm really excited about this. I'm also gonna show you the journey of where Trust Intuition has been and what it has transformed into. And I did not plan that. If Spirit and the universe had shown me that 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't have done it. Like, what? And that's the thing. Everybody's like, what's my life purpose? Tell me my life purpose. I'm like, do you trust your intuition? Because if you don't trust intuition and follow the next step and follow the next step, and have you even taken the next step the intuition is telling you about? Because if you don't, you're never going to have the full unfolding of your intuition. Plain and simple. Yeah? Let me share this live stream and I shall be super present with you and talk about this, because your vision is there for a reason. Yeah, it's so important to trust what you're being shown about the next steps in your life. Yeah? Let me bring this up and share this presently so I don't muck it up. And while you guys are waiting for me to show you the goods, let me know where you're from around the world. Let me know if you're watching on replay. You can do hashtag replay right this second. It is live though, as I'm showing it. Hang on, see, I'm getting distracted. Tell me where you're from around the world. Comment below. Let me know what brought you here. Would love to hear from you. Okay, that one's done. One more share to my personal page. And okay, then yeah, so I'm not concentrating, wait on. I'm so excited about sharing with you these amazing things. Okay, perfect. Now bring this up on my computer so I can see your beautiful comments. Texas. Okay, let me see these. Where are you from? Tell me. Ontario, Texas, Albury, beautiful. One of my clients is down in Albury. Well, it's down south of me. All right, so your vision is yours for a reason. Trust it. It is the doorway to your life purpose. This is like, today I started off at the hospital. This is progress because it's in this little thing now. Can start moving this little bit, so I'm grateful about that. But this has still got to be immobilized. That's all I'm going to say about that for this moment. And it really threw me because that was first thing this morning. But then I had planned, and it was always in the schedule to like pick up these. Oh my God. And when I picked them up and filled my boots, my wagon with the sorry, my daughter's just stealing my handbag. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you needing my purse, are you? Oh. And all the boxes down there, I don't know if you guys can even really see them, but if you see, you'll see them on my story. I showed all the boxes and picked up the beautiful things, because this is like, I would say this is a dream come true. I didn't even know that I was going to do this. This is the thing about trusting intuition, right? That if you don't take the next step about what you're being shown and guided to do, like now, like the next step now, you won't get to where you're meant to be with your purpose. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like I said, people are like, what's my life purpose? I'm like, do you trust intuition? Are you in alignment with your life? Like, are you listening to what your intuition is telling you to take the next step to do? Like, are you, right? And a lot of people do, and then they come back, or they're not fully in alignment with their truth and trusting their intuition about what they're really here to do, right? So when I picked these up, I was just like, I want to say in a daze. It was a daze and it wasn't a daze. It was just like, it really shifted something from this. And in a day, we can have the full scale of emotions, right? Probably more than once we go up and down. And when we learn how to ride the waves, which is also what we do deeply in Trust Intuition, because if you also don't know how to, I want to say manage your emotions, it's not managing them, it's riding them, because your intuition is based off your feelings. Like, what's a feeling, what's an emotion, what's a trigger, what's a memory, what's present day, like all these things, right? And it is about getting clear in all these pieces. Like, it's the intricate nature and understanding of your intuition, right? So it was the title, Trust Intuition, right? And it's like really allowing yourself to take that next step, because if you don't, you won't end up where you're meant to be. When I started Trust Intuition, yeah, riding the waves, that's right. So Trust Intuition here, let me show you this, right? So back in so I've been in the industry since 2005. I've been living, breathing, teaching this stuff since 2005, right? And, sort of fumbled my way through life. And then in 2008, I took the yoga teacher training course and also found out I was pregnant. So went through 9-month yoga teacher training, had my daughter at the same time. She grew in my belly for 9 months. And then I started teaching mums and bubs yoga. All the while, like since 2005, I was, doing this stuff, right? Trusting my intuition and all that's in here, because this is me living and breathing it and teaching you everything that I've been through, teaching you everything I know in a way that you don't have to make the same mistakes I do. You don't need to take 20 years to learn what I did, because it's right here in 14 modules, which is a 6-month course, right? Destiny was just watching over in Trust Intuition. Yeah, I just did a live stream in Trust Intuition. I'm like, sneak peek, guys. These are like getting posted out to you because I just picked them up and all the boxes are there, and oh, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. So, all right, what was I up to? Anyway, I guess long story short is when I came online, right, I knew that I had all this knowledge inside of me and all this wisdom, because I fucking lived and breathed this stuff since 2005. Like, this is what I do. Like, haven't you seen my life and my page? Like, this is what I do, right? And now I train healers to become healers, like, amongst everything else that I do, because we're multitaskers and we do 50,000 things at once, right? And we're gifted like that. So this is like one of the things. Anyway, so when I came online, I was figuring out the online tech. How do I do this? I was like, and then I was just obviously sharing my message. And Trust Intuition came to me as a 5-week live stream course. Trust Intuition began as a 5-week, like 5 videos over 5 weeks, once a week in a Facebook group. That's it. Trust Intuition started like that, just like that. That's how it began. Because what did I do? I trusted my intuition about taking the first step. Like, I didn't just come out and like become like a healer, like a mentor and an intuitive healer and train healers. Like, I didn't just come out doing that. Like, this is 5.5 years in the making, this particular course. Let me say that again. When I began Trust Intuition, it was 5 videos over 5 weeks in a Facebook group. Now, it wasn't a certified course back then. It wasn't. It was like all my wisdom, so that you guys don't have to like take as long as I did to go through it, and you understand your intuition and you can activate and live your life purpose now instead of taking all this time, right? So in Trust Intuition, like, these are the, I want to say the steps, like, in a way, like, when we are trying to find our life purpose or trying to understand what we're here to do or trying to figure out all these pieces, like, it's so important to just do the thing. Like I said, if Spirit had shown me, oh, it's going to be like a, certified course and you're going to be teaching it like this and charging this much and running it like this, like, I would have been like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But I did the first step and it was manageable, and then it kept evolving and it kept evolving, and after 5.5 years, here we are. So I'm so excited because these are like, it's amazing. I'm just like, I just love it. And the biggest thing that I don't know if excited about is the right words, is because now this is done now there's the advanced certification. So this is the first certification, and then there's the advanced certification. So for example, in module 2, and they feel nice because, you know, we're empaths and clairsentient, and it has to feel good. It's like velvet, but not velvet, and it's velvet and it's not velvet. It's like all these pieces here. I'm so excited. Module 2, we go through the 12 divine steps because it's so important. And then like in this one, for example, we're going through like the third eye chakra and in details, and then there's space for you to write in here. Of course, you know, we love using our beautiful colored pens and textures that we always use for our meditations, and we have them handy because using colors to like write down messages helps you absorb stuff, but it also helps take all that information out of the ethers and grounds it down into reality. That's why I always say, now take some time to write and draw anything out of your like meditation, right? You'll hear me say that a lot of the end of my meditations, yeah, if you've listened to them. There's a reason for that. Because color, right, and it doesn't have to be a work of art, it can be writing in color, right? It helps you to retain information, it helps you to activate your clairvoyance and your colors and your intuition. And when you take it out of the others and you actually put it on paper, there's something that happens in the process from the others to the paper, especially pen and paper, especially when we're working with intuition and like remembering dreams or trying to interpret dreams or any intuitive information, by the way. And that's why I get you guys to always write the messages down, yeah? So getting a little bit sidetracked, but anyway, you get the picture. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I'm like, cool, it's done. Now I can do the next one. So exciting. It's so exciting. So Trust the Intuition is open, but it's only open for 48 hours. Now, there's a little bit of delay in me posting these out. I was going to do it tomorrow, but now it's going to be Monday morning. So I have extended the hours for Trust the Intuition until Monday next week. So Monday midnight, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So another, what's today? So about another 4 or 5 days. No, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 days. You know, because you need the book. You need this in your life. Don't worry about the course. You need this. But if we look at where Trust Intuition has come from, this is like my old Trust Intuition file and all my original pieces from this, right? This like used to be like individual like PDFs. That's how it began. That's how it began. See what happens when you trust intuition? You build a motherfucking empire. That's what you do. I am only just getting started. I'm only 5.5 years into my 20-year plan. Actually, did you guys know that? Emma says this is going to grow and expand. This is powerful. Yes. And you know, even before these came, Emma, my beautiful inner circle client, who also does the psychic readings in Transcendence Reality Society. And if you want access to everything, you can come in the inner circle into Transcendence Reality Society. Emma does psychic readings in there. She's amazing. She's my inner circle client and my beautiful friend. Yeah, so as you said, this is going to grow and expand. This is powerful. Like, it's so powerful. Like, before these arrived, like, it was probably, I think it's maybe like a week or two now. Hey, Emma. And Emma and another beautiful soul have stepped up to do the Trust Intuition mentoring, which is something that's not even on the sales page of Trust Intuition. Like, I haven't even updated it. It's not written on there. But when you join Trust Intuition, you actually get intuitively matched with either Emma or my other beautiful soulmate, client and friend as well, to do the mentoring. So you actually have like sessions every fortnight with these beautiful reality awareness trained intuitive healers to help work with you through the course as well. So I'm teaching it. We turn up on Zoom every fortnight over the next 6 months. you have your beautiful file, because you know we all need this because we're Virgos. Well, I'm a Virgo and we love to be organized. Can't you see my office? Like, I'm on fire now since I've had my office and my second office set up. My 2 offices, I'm like, this is like how I function. How I function. Whoops. And Emma says, this is, the mentoring is next level. Yeah, and so when Emma and beautiful Josephine had stepped up and said yes to be these mentors, right, to help and to guide you guys through, like, you guys just, you're basically getting course, you're getting the training, and you're getting mentored through it as well. Like, you know, it's like, it's so supportive. It is so, so supportive. But when Emma and Josephine said yes, and I handed stuff over to them, I was just like, whoa. And something changed, something energetically changed. Like, it was next level change, because I don't know how to describe it. I was just like, wow, that just grounded and landed a structure and a whole new ball game of what this is actually turning into. Now, remember I said that Trust Intuition began 5.5 years ago, not as a certification. Like, it's evolved over the years. Look what it's turning into. And like, now this as well. I'm like, imagine where I'm going to be in 2 years time, let alone the next 12 months. And I keep saying to you guys, like, the reason, like, those ones that are in Trust Intuition now, there's something with that. These founding members, right? And then this arrived today, and I'm like driving home and I'm like, oh, this has changed the game, baby. Like, I was just like, wow. So it's like all these new structures like coming into place. Like, you know, my big picture vision has always been since 2005, when I had my spiritual awakening and I got shown reality awareness, awakening the consciousness of humanity, and I got shown everything in that meditation. I was just coming out of that meditation, I was just like, okay, let's do it. Right? And ever since. And part of that has always been having beautiful, I say they're retreat centers, but they're not retreat centers. They're something else. I don't quite know what they are, but around the world, I've always seen that vision since 2005. A lot of people have seen that, you know, the beautiful places on the beautiful land, and eat the gardens, and, you know, all fully self-sustainable, blah, 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 blah. Like, we've all seen it. We've all seen those visions, right? And I also saw that when I had my spiritual awakening, got gifted reality awareness, the guardian of reality awareness, if you may, and bringing this through.
Bluetooth mode.
That's always my speaker decides to turn on, because we need to amplify this message, right? That's hilarious. Sorry, I'm like, what is the message in there? I'm like, oh, we're amplifying this message, and it's like this steps of grounding this vision. Like, that was in 2005, and now fumbling around online for the past 5.5 years, I'm like, wow, look what's grounding. Because I'm taking the next step, and I'm taking the next step, and I don't know where it's leading me to, but it feels right, and I'm trusting it, and I'm creating it, and I'm bringing it to earth, and I'm like, here you go, guys. Because I've always seen also me traveling around the world, also teaching this in person. And that was about to happen, but then COVID happened, and I'm like, well, I got more work to do online. No worries. I'm going, and look what's come out of that. Look what lockdowns have done, if you may. It's amazing, right? So, who's for the journey? Who's for this journey? Like I said, Trust Intuition was only going to be 48 hours, but it wasn't 48 hours. It was as long as it took me to post these out, which is now Monday. So you've got until Monday midnight to jump into Trust Intuition. The link is in the title of the live stream. I'm going to pop the link in the comments as well. And I see your comment says too. Let me go through these. So the link is there. If you've got any questions, send me a message and we can have a chat about it. But all the details are on that, on the page as well. So Gary says, same. Oh, felt in a daze. Okay, let me go back up to these comments here. Melbourne, Australia. Ebony's in Australia. So I got, like, my hair's all, I still got pool hair from yesterday. I've been running around all day today, so it's just like, whatever. Karina says I felt on a daze for the last week. Yeah, I'm not sure if you watched my energy update yesterday. I did a live stream and did like an energy update. Like, it's a long video, of course, they're all long. But if you just, I think it's like the first 20 minutes or so, I really got the message out in the first 20 minutes. You only need to watch that if you know, strapped for time. We can listen multitasking. But that would really help you to watch that live stream as well. Say, hey, moon, grand rise, hello. And our full moon ceremony is tomorrow night as well. Well, this time tomorrow, we would have just finished our full moon ceremony. So send me a message if you'd like details about that, or I'll post about that in the morning as well. Thanks, Vaughn. Hello, everybody. Hello. Finally caught alive. Yes, awesome. Work full of beans, gardening. Yeah, so I'm curious how you guys are feeling now because, as you said, Gary, like, yeah, the energy shifted. It's very wavy. Depends which wave you're riding, right? We get to choose which energy we also ride and we embody and live, for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and share this because I was just like feeling so nourished. I just had like a gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan lasagna from the organic store at Forest Glen at Kanara. If you guys know the Sunshine Coast, it's like the best food ever. And I was just eating it going, oh my god, this is like soul food. And then like with this, I was like, man, I am so soul nourished right now. I'm just like, do you know that biggest, like, do you know what satiates that feeling of like needing more? Or you know, when we just like, we eat and we don't feel full, or we, you know, we think something's gonna, you know, we're gonna buy this thing, or we're gonna meet this person and it's gonna fill the hole inside of us. And then after a while we realize that hole is not filled, like it's not full, it's still empty. You know, that feeling where you can be like in a crowded room or with a loving family and feel so alone. You guys know that feeling? Do you know what fills that hole? Do you know what gives you that satiated feeling? Type it in. What gives you that satiated feeling of like full, complete nourishment? What gives you that? Curious if you guys can pick it. What gives you that full soul, satiated, nourishing feeling where you're just so like, oh, don't need anything and everything is amazing and it's just beautifully soul fulfilling, satiated feeling? Is your purpose? Is following soul? Is your intuition? That's what fills you up. That's what nourishes you. That's what gives you that life. It fills the whole. It's sacral chakra. It's your stomach. We eat, feel nourished, but we can eat and not feel full because it's the soul nourishment that we're needing. And that comes from following your intuition one step at a time, no matter what you're being guided to do. But if you're not listening to your intuition, the fastest way to also feel full and nourished and loved and all the things that you're looking for, it comes in following your soul. It comes in following your intuition, one step at a time. No matter what anyone else says, your crazy ideas, your vision is your purpose, is your soul's mission, is the reason you're here, is the reason that you're born. And you will always feel empty and incomplete, even if you have a beautiful, loving family and a successful business, everything. If you're not following soul and it's not fulfilled in trusting your intuition in every step of the way, no matter what you're being guided to do, you will never feel complete. Keep kicking that. You will never feel complete. Even when you kick the bucket. We don't have to wait until then. You can follow soul now and follow your intuition now. And the sooner you take action in trusting your intuition and taking those leaps of faith in whatever direction and guidance and message and next step you're being called to do, in alignment with the vision that you've had and it's always called you in your soul, and that thing that, you know, like when you just mosey on about your day, like what are the things that you're thinking of, like where do you want your life to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years time? Like that thing, that vision, when you're working towards that, even if it's one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time, when you're working towards that, you'll feel that soul nourishment. But if you're out of alignment, you'll always be looking for it. But it's right there when you turn to it. Gary says, yes, I always feel alone no matter how many people I'm with. By nature, yes. Jazz agrees. My German Shepherd. Marsha says, to be understood would be a nice change. Do you know the reason that you're not understood by other people is because you do not understand yourself and you're waiting for their outside validation to be understood. If you were to give yourself your own understanding, your own validation in understanding what your soul is calling you to do, then you wouldn't be seeking validation or to be understood by them. Because what you're doing in waiting for, you know, it would be nice if they understood me. Like, let's be real, Marsha, they're never going to fucking understand you. Why? Because you're highly gifted, intuitive, and have big ideas that are here to change the planet, and people who are not here to change the planet don't have those big ideas, and they'll never understand big ideas. So you're going to like die waiting for them to understand you when you're the one that understands yourself and you just need to get the fuck on with it. Really. Let's be real about that. Because the other thing you're doing when you're waiting for them to understand, like to be understood by them, is you're also controlling them. Not only are you seeking and waiting for validation, but you're controlling that person. And control is not a nice feeling in a relationship. Any relationship, doesn't matter what it is. Rather than accepting them, but it's more about accepting yourself and not waiting for approval or to be understood to get on the fuck on with your life purpose. Let's be real. Yeah? Gary says, I'm crying now because I miss being able to help. COVID has stopped me from volunteering. So Gary, I'm not sure if you watched that live stream yesterday when I spoke about the energy update, but I'd highly recommend watching it because there was pieces in there and I talked about, I was speaking with someone, or maybe it was in my Transcendence Reality Society group actually. You know, like when our resources being taken away, actually I think I did talk about it on live stream. It's because our life purpose is calling us into a different direction. It's calling us to look at something else. It's calling us because we're being guided to step up into a new direction in our purpose. So we need to grieve the loss of it for sure, but then it's also about there's something else. There's something else that my soul is calling me to do. Yeah? We are so similar. Yes, well, you wouldn't be here at Reality Awareness if we didn't have the resonance. Tracy says, good point. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys. So following the next step in your purpose leads you to build a motherfucking empire that's just begun, baby. What are you waiting for? Link is in the title of this live stream and it's pinned in the comments. If you've got any questions about it, send me a message. Let's have a chat. Trust Intuition closes on Monday at midnight ASET time, Australian Eastern Standard Time, because I'm in Brisbane, Australia. So it'll be like Monday morning-ish. So you guys on the other side of the world. And let's do it. What are you guys waiting for? What are you guys waiting for? Why are you putting off? Why are you waiting for outside validation to fucking trust your intuition and just do the damn fucking thing, right? Set your soul on fire and just do it. I love you guys. Keeping it real as always.